The Bunker Project podcast episode number 56. Welcome back to another episode of The Bunker Project. This week we're talking about podcasting, the freemium model, and whatever anybody else wants to talk about here at The Bunker.
Hi there, my piffy little intro that I usually do, and I had to skip out because I was doing wiring. Holy crap, we got so much wire in this place, it's ridiculous. Somebody's mentioning, hey man, you should get some more mics and a bigger board. And say, we just got a huge board with like 4 inputs now. We doubled the inputs, and guess what? It's completely packed. This is a huge house, man.
Yeah, we already need we need a 16 mic mixer now.
Oh man, those guys at the border love us.
Ashley came in earlier and said, you know, you guys are kicking our ass.
Really? In what sense? Oh, the bar. Oh, we took out the bar big time.
We've got more.
It's the biggest thing happening in this.
The Bunker Project is bringing more patrons to the bar than the bar is.
Yeah. That's how much of a loser bar it is. Now, they're awesome. We love these guys. You know why? Because that's what our name's from, the Bunker. It used to be called the Bunker. Then they kind of fancy doodled it up and changed the name to the Den. Very sexy, the Den. But we're going to keep the Bunker Project because,
maybe that wasn't such a good idea to change the name.
You know what? The thing, yeah, I know, it would have been cheaper. But look, we branded ourselves. If we rebrand, what's that, like 50, 60 grand these days?
Yeah, well, yeah.
Holy cow. I mean, we're still paying off. We're 50% off on the first branding. That was 180 grand. But that was because they threw a couple of parties afterwards. So
change it to the Den. The Den Show.
The Den Show, where we talk about serious social marketing and serious beer. All right, come on. I think we should do a Maven intro this show because we're starting to get hammered. Okay, Bonnie opens up with 2 muffled sneezes. Holy cow, her headphones literally jumped off her head.
All right, let's start.
Those are big sneezes. Bonnie.
Let's start at that end with Bonnie.
Come on, the Twitter Maven.
Twitter Maven.
Official
Google Plus
Twitter Maven.
Okay, I have a quick question for you. Last show, crazy. How many tweet outs did you do? 50,
3.
60?
No, I did 3 because I got so excited about what was going on.
Oh, that's a great tweet out. Okay. So yeah, we need one of those auto tweet out programs that just basically takes what we speak, it transforms it into a regular script, and then edits it down to 120 characters.
More beer coming.
Excellent.
And the tweets I did do were not very intelligent. Because I would start and then somebody would say something and I would just forget and hit the return.
Oops.
You can always say it was your cat.
I think we need one of those court reporters.
Yes, we do.
And then we could just court report. Like, okay, here's a question. I don't know the answer to this, and I bet you nobody knows.
Stenographer, you mean?
What does the court reporter's keyboard? It's like 20 keys. What the heck does that look like? What she transcribes. It's like looking at musical notes or something. Little things.
Yeah.
I mean, alien language of some description.
Stenographer, they're called.
Wow.
Yeah. I think they probably use laptops, though, these days.
No, I've seen a
They
lot
still
of
use those
TV,
goofy
and
machines?
they seem to always have those machines.
Yeah,
Now, that could be
I'll
a
bet
Hollywood
it's the
scam.
hard copy immediately.
Yeah. All right, Bonnie, that was an awesome intro. Bonnie, hang on.
She's in
What's
trouble.
with the nose?
Too much black beer?
I have a code in my nose.
Yeah, you got a code, man. I can relate to that,
I had a flooded by apartment.
Yeah, that's why Bonnie sounds like Bob. She's all nasal today. Jeez. We haven't had a Bob nasal
great.
joke
Now we
for
have to
a while.
raise even more money on the website.
Hey, yeah, nobody's kicked in that $1,200 for the operation. I can't believe it. I think I'm going to up the ante to $5,000. Maybe I'll
So
get some.
now we need $1,200 to pay for Bonnie's insurance for the flood in the apartment. So now we're up to $2,400.
Does that trump the nasal surgery?
Well, it's a
I believe
write-off.
it does, yes.
It does. Okay, all right.
And we're selling a
Climb to the top of the charts.
$25,000 write-off shit for any company that's made too much money this year. So we'll take $1,500 or less.
And we've also got in the house, we've got the home recording Maven.
Oh, man, you just blew his... I mean, that was his line. He was telling me, yeah, man, and I'm going to come out and I'm going to say, I'm the home recording Maven. And totally take the voiceover guys.
Take two.
He's
Go
got
for it.
a podcast
for
called
it.
Inside Home Recording.
Inside Home Recording,
Yeah,
yes.
exactly.
Yeah.
Hey, so what do you think of our rig here, dude?
I like it. I like the new mixing board, the inputs,
The outputs. The sexy little knobs.
Yeah.
The mix minus. You like our mix
so
minus?
sexy.
When are you going to get the big rack with all the compressors and stuff?
I like the small units, so it's, it's a physique thing.
Should have went
That'll
bigger,
work.
man.
Well, we should get a limiter gate, compressor limiter gate, to get rid of the
And a pun limiter, too.
get rid of the cooler in the
You
background.
guys are sexy.
Stop
Thank you very much.
it.
Hey, don't you do podcasts?
I do podcasts, inside home recording. Try to get it out.
So what do you
every
talk
other
about
week.
there? Like, if people were going to actually spend the time to find such a huge long name on the internet home recording, right?
Inside home recording.
See, almost impossible to remember.
Like uncensored social
somebody as sharp as
underground.com.
me,
Yeah, we shorten it to IHR on Twitter.
Let's
and
just
all
put it
that
on the
stuff.
show notes.
Oh yeah, we'll put it on the show.
Just email us that email.
I mean-
it's so long and so. He's killing me.
Well, we just passed the 6-year mark on podcasting.
Whoa!
So,
How many shows? That's a lot of shows. 300.
I'm going to be recording 94 tomorrow.
94
Yeah.
shows. That whips our ass. How many shows were we at? Like 20?
56.
This is episode.
You guys are
56.
catching up.
Yeah.
So we cheat. We do special reports. Yeah.
Yeah, but those don't count. So we've actually done 60,
don't count.
60 something. Well, they're not in the
The true feed.
the numbers. The special reports don't take
Yeah,
into account the
they're
numbers.
no,
This is
they're
the
on mine
Bunker
and they're.
project.
So the special reports, there's been like
We're
6
going
or
way too.
7
We're
of
going
them.
way too high tech here. What
So
we're
we're actually
talking
in the
about
60s.
is, yeah, but what we're talking about is the stats that we get from the hosting programs. Do you use Libsyn?
Yeah.
Okay, so we're talking the stats on Libsyn. If you don't know Libsyn, it's an awesome way to what would you call it? Host
Host the media files.
the media files, and it's like paying insurance. It doesn't cost lost the money $5, $10, $15, $20 a month.
Yeah.
But it doesn't matter if your show, let's say like Ophir calls, hey dude, why don't we talk about your show? Man, you get like 200,000 people logging in, it won't affect you at all. Hey, if you get 10,000 people, it's still Keely if you had like 50 shows. Like how big are your show files?
They're about an hour long, so they're over
Like
120
10 megabytes.
megs. Yeah.
100.
Yeah.
What do you put them out at 190 or something, or 160?
Oh, 128.
120.
What's the content like?
It's pretty high end.
And it gives all
Stereo? Do you
technical-
make it mono or stereo?
Stereo, and it's AAC enhanced. So
What is
it's
this,
got all the
music or
pictures.
something?
Oh, that's right. Yeah, because you
Holy crap.
do enhanced podcasts.
Well, I
I
do
forgot.
an MP3 version and an AAC version.
Yeah.
That's CD
two.
quality, right?
So you have the high.
The high.
You have the high
It's the audio
Low
file
level
version and the
on Libsyn.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're paying the big bucks. Okay, so we'll get back to that. Let's move on to Satomi. She's
Oh, she was just falling asleep. God, this should be.
she's
too much techno audio speak.
The problem with
Satomi
Satomi.
is one of our longest members here at the Bunker Project. She's been to almost every one.
Yeah.
Just quickly introduce yourself. Talk about your tax website.
Oh, yeah. Well, I've teach people, or I show people how to save taxes. And yeah, I've launched my website. It's called goodbyetax.com. So if you need any tax advice, yeah, just go to my website.
Hey, can I get a second opinion from you?
Oh.
Yeah, like, hey, check out my taxes from last year. Could you save me more money? Could you do something like that? Like audit
well,
me? And
everyone I've shown that have come to me so far, I've been able to save them on their
okay.
cut
So
their
let's say.
taxes and give them increase their cash flow.
All right. So my question is, as a small business person, if I pay you, let's say, because I don't know how much you charge, you don't have to correct me. Let's say $5,000 to do my tax to check it out, and then you come back and say, oh yeah, no problem. I saved you $10,000. Is that a win-win for me as a business person? Because I just saved $5,000, even though it cost me $5,000.
Yeah, you can write it off.
Exactly.
Oh,
and
yeah.
then you get to write it off a second time. She says, oh, yeah, we can double write that off or triple write it off.
I like your URL.
You mean
by
this
the way.
$5,000 bill I can get?
Goodbyetax.com. I love it.
Oh, thank you.
It's nice SEO on that,
Very
eh?
good.
I know.
Good one.
All right, let's
Who
move
would-
on to the
oh,
next one. Otherwise, we're gonna
Are you a
never get through the intros.
I know. You don't have to be on the. You don't have to talk. There have been several people that have never talked.
Hi, I'm Corolla from the Gem Gallery, and it's my first time here at the Bunker Project.
Hey, what do you think? Is it?
That's
Oh,
all I have to say tonight.
all right. That's awesome. Woo.
The Gem Gallery.
You know, it's plugs like that that make this show worthwhile.
Yep, and we got the German Maven.
That was a gem.
Hi, the German Maven Astrid. Oh my gosh.
I know.
What
I
is
know.
the microphone?
I know. It likes you.
Oh, thank you. That's so cute. So I'm a social media journalist, so I write about a lot about this stuff, and yeah.
Hey, didn't you write about us once?
Yeah.
You got in a lot of trouble for that, didn't you? It's like, oh my God, these guys are nuts. You can't put that in print.
No, it was quite impressive.
Was it?
Yeah.
Whoa.
Good feedback.
Well, there you go.
Haven't heard that.
The Bunker
often.
Project, impressive. That impresses me.
And we got the car nut here, lovebuyingcars.com.
Yeah. That's
Are you
me.
selling a car on your phone right now? That's what you do,
No.
right? He's like, yeah, I just made $1,500 on my iPhone. Paid for itself in a
He's
week.
embraced social media and new media.
He's
In the last year, he's come
so far.
so far, exactly. Want to tell
Actually,
your
so
story?
far south. I think he's
So far, so.
doing a lot of work in the States these days, though.
Well, I work in Canada and the U.S. I work with dealers actually now, but my website is freecarbuyingtips.ca or vancouvercarsforsale.com or lovebuyingcars.com, whichever one you prefer.
So my
And,
question,
go
my
ahead.
economy question for you is,
Mhm.
I need to buy a car.
All right.
So should I just like to go to any lot? Hey, dude, I'm going to buy a car. It's like 2 o'clock. I'll get one by 3. I can drive it here. Go into the dealership. Yeah, I need a car right now. How much? Great. Here's a check. Excellent. And you drive out. Is that a good technique for buying a car?
Probably not. I'd probably recommend doing some homework so you can save money doing that as opposed to paying full retail.
Mike, okay,
which
can
is
you do
probably
that
too much.
online? Could you do that
Yeah,
online?
you
us the
can download the book
Carfax.
for free and learn all the tips and tricks on how to do it.
Oh,
for
that
nothing.
sounds like an ad. Is he trying to sell stuff on this show?
No.
No way. Nobody plugs himself at this
Well, he
show,
said
man.
he said last week.
Full disclosure.
Last week he said nothing happens until you make a sale
That's true. That's true.
online.
That's true. Of course, he was buying a beer.
But he's
for
not
me
selling
at the
anything.
time.
He's giving you an ebook for free, telling you
That's
how
nothing. $0.
to $0.
Zero,
yeah.
zero, zero. Hey, anyways, and then we have he didn't want to speak on the show, but he's going to speak on this show.
Sure. I'm Rayhan Abdelmokhni. This is my first time here. Recently moved to Vancouver from the UK.
I couldn't tell by your accent. What part of the UK is that accent from?
Midlands, but I was only there for about
Midlands.
6.5 years.
So you're you can really suck in that.
And before that, I was in the States for 17 years.
So that's why you
yeah.
sound like an American.
My accent is screwed up.
Yeah, you've got a dyslexic. No, I would say it's like a multiple personality type.
Well, in more ways than one.
Okay, and with that, we're off to the Hat Maven. Holy cow, trump that, Hat Maven.
No, I want to go back to him. I've got questions.
Hey, that's later on in the show. You get to ask questions, dude.
I'm Kurt Hemingway. I'm a web developer at guru.ca, GOORU.ca, in case we're not allowed to plug anything.
Actually, you do never plug stuff here.
Later, we can't do that.
Full disclosure.
I develop business grade websites.
Oh, did you just make that up?
Business grade websites.
Because I
business
didn't
grade.
hear that line at all ever from
Is that
business grade. What business grade
That's right.
websites
I'm getting.
or business grade
my
communications? That would be good.
producers-
Can I steal
My
that?
producers in my ear with all sorts of tips.
All right. Well, I'm going to take.
Be surprised.
all right,
Business
I
grade,
might
yep.
have to use that. I just can switch out a
Business
word. And it's,
grade websites. That puts me up a step, doesn't it?
well, but did you get the .com
That-
yet?
that-
if you're not, I'm going to get it right now.
All that
5,000.
means is I'm
I
not
got
going
it
to
here
help
for
you
sale.
with your. All that means business grade. All that means is I'm not going to help you with your MySpace page.
No, damn. Oh, I know somebody who can do that. Oh yeah, it's coming back. It's coming back. My 4-year-old has started a band there. Awesome. He's got like all these mummies in Rapture. We're trying to figure out how to work into that demographic.
Someone
Bob
bopped
doesn't
Bob
have
in the
an
head.
long term.
Smack Bob in the head. He's in the loop. And
All
here's
right.
Camilla.
We need to reboot Bob. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I got hypnotized earlier in the day. So
Yeah, and I just heard you guys talking about the multiple personality. Actually, hypnosis is very good for that.
to make it, like, can I order some? It's like, okay, when I go into sales, stressful information, I want to turn to this persona, the closer. And here's all the parameters to strip all the other reality away.
Oh, yeah.
Could you do that?
Totally, yeah.
Awesome. Like, hey, what would you pay to like have a salesman implanted in your brain? You go and you hand it.
You really
say
want that,
this
man?
word.
You really
Say
want
this
that?
word, and when I've sold you, say this word. It's like, yeah, it would work. It would make a great scene in a movie, if nothing
Yeah,
else,
you
right?
can switch on and switch off. My name is Camilla Zen. I'm very exotic.
Yeah, you are
Last name.
very exotic.
I'm
Zen.
from China.
Zen.
I like that.
Yeah.
And my business name actually is going to be my own name. So
Really?
I'm
Do you have
just-
the Google Plus for that name?
No, not yet.
How'd you get it?
I just learned to Google Plus today. A minute
Attaboy.
ago.
Twitter, your Twitter account, you got to get that name, and
Yes.
Facebook, you got to get that name.
Yes.
Actually, at Google Plus, you might not be able to get it because but you're using your real name, so you will.
Yes.
I got away with my name, Bob Garlic, with a dot in the middle.
Yeah, because nobody has the same last name as me. I made it up, actually.
Made it up.
Oh, atta girl.
Numerology.
Well, I'm going to Canada.
numerology,
You know,
yeah.
what name should I choose for my passport?
Bob, could you dim the lights this part of the bunker, please?
Hey, no candles near the computers.
I know a
hear
few
wax
people that
terrible things.
changed their name because of numerology.
Really?
Croft Woodruff.
It's like when I went
Really?
He changed his name. He
legally
wasn't
changed my
was
name,
originally not
and,
Croft Woodruff.
you have to fill out a form from government.
So which government did you get the form from?
OPC.
OPC, which is the
And-
Ontario. No?
BC province.
BC, province of
BC,
British
BC,
Columbia.
And
Don't
and
recognize
in the
that guy.
form, actually, you can like the reasons for name change. Like marriage, divorce, whatever. But
Political.
They do have a session saying you can tick on numerology. I was so surprised.
Whoa, is Canada ever weird? You know how much that costs to get that box put there? That's like a $3 million box.
It's great.
Holy cow.
country.
That's amazing.
I thought you'd be, usual with that with people in their, cars and stuff like that, or houses or anything like that. Like, it's a huge market. Of
And this
people
is-
that just specialize in that sort of thing.
Numerology or changing
Yeah,
names?
usually 3 numbers together are pretty positive. So it's like,
Can you tell what our
Depends
numbers
on the
were?
numbers.
Hey, could we ask you as a favor, no charge, of course, what is the number for the Bunker Show? If we gave you the data, I know you can't do it off the top of your head.
She
but
probably could.
No, I can't do
Oh,
that.
see,
but
she's
I
that good. She's that good. Go to, all you have to do is go to our website, uncensored social
It's
something
just
or
a little more
other.com.
expensive than free, Bob. That's otherwise
Okay,
it-
I will throw in a Starbucks coffee or a Waves coffee, whatever fits. No? No? Trade?
Next time.
We'll put it in the show notes.
Oh, okay.
give her a Maven shit.
Hey,
And here's the Twisted Magic, our
Yeah,
final
Twisted-
person here.
Thank God.
It is. That's my name, Twisted.
Yeah, and he legally
NAJIC
changed it
on
too.
Twitter. Yeah, I was actually thinking of legally changing it.
I would legally change it. I
I'm
mean,
using
we've
it.
got
Is that
nothing to
because-
lose, dude.
Is that
Nothing to
because of
lose.
numerology, or is there another
I would
reason?
get a numerological evaluation before you change
Well,
it.
it's kind of like Bob has Bob Garlic. It's like a personal brandification.
Yeah, but
that
what's a
I've used for the last-
numerology on a name like that? Holy cow, it's either going to really stink or be fantastic. Yeah.
It's got some good. It already has numerology or numbers in it, so it's already
Really?
pretty cool.
B.O.B. Garlic. You flip around. I guess
So
it could be
B-
909
A B
if you
would be
flip it.
2.
Really?
Yeah, because 1, 2. Right?
A, B. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. B.
To figure that out, yeah.
Yeah,
we're gonna go.
Now, doesn't
Wix.com.
Google have a chart? There's a chart, and Apple's coming out with this eye chart where you just talk, and this is a cool concept, man. And
Yeah.
boom, it comes out perfect chart, and you can sell to your boss.
Anyways, I guess that's a good idea.
Yeah,
So
right.
Twisted Magic is a game developer.
Yeah, I'm a game developer.
He's actually gets hired to try and kill games. Having been hired to do that, to crash a game, to like push it to his limit, so he goes, I give.
Thankfully,
No,
not lately.
not lately. But you have
Yeah.
done it in the
No,
past,
yeah,
in the dark
that's-
past.
No, you have to.
I bet you wore like really, gnarly, the hat, the whole thing, the boots and stuff, the
You
tattoos.
you have to stress test your game before you.
I know.
Ship it.
And it's having an aggressive outfit on. You come, "Ugh!" You scare the computer, you jump in the room, turn all the lights fast. I'm going to play you, man. Oops. Oh, sorry, man. What-
I bet you he showed up in.
17.
all right,
ripped
18,
sweats.
17.
Yeah, Bonnie's
Okay,
got it.
cut it
I showed
I
up in
worked
rips.
I worked in high tech. Those guys show up in ripped sweats, and no haircut for like I don't know 8 weeks.
Did
or
they
something.
shower?
No,
So am
they
I.
do not shower, which is why we put them in a room by themselves and close the door.
They're just going to invent the shower cubicle. So you just finished doing the code, and you turn on the shower and it soaks you, but everything's covered in plastic. Goes
Well,
waterproof.
actually,
It'll be
a
fantastic.
lot of
you know?
smart companies that are high tech and other things like that actually have showers and facilities on site.
Yeah, but not like right in your cubicle.
No, but like down
No,
like 2
that would be
floors.
cool. I mean, I could go over there into a room and
Well,
hide.
I've gone to the washroom in my chair 5 times, and I'm all good.
At your age, I don't know.
Well,
if
it's
that's
been
true
2
or not.
shows. It has been 2 shows. There'll be a lot of beer drunk here.
All right,
Ouch.
You are-
So what's our time?
Let's,
18 minutes, and we just got the intros. We haven't even started the show. And what are we going to talk about? We talked about it last week.
we're gonna talk about podcasting. We got some questions.
Podcasting
on
102.
gear,
Yeah.
and we've got
What
a
to buy, what not to buy.
a very experienced podcaster here, and someone
No,
who
he's a sound guy. He's not a podcaster.
is
He's only got like 56 shows. Come on. He's not a
No, he's got 90-something shows.
94.
94
I want to
shows.
know more about his
Darn.
content.
That's right. We were the ones that were the losers on that
So
game.
let's jump right into podcasting, and we'll get.
Can I ask Dave one question?
Yeah, absolutely.
Why didn't you name your podcast The Chictionary?
I wasn't actually the original owner.
Okay,
of
well,
the
that's your
podcast.
next one.
I came
That's
in-
a nice. I like that.
That's your next one. If you want to do like terms and stuff like that, do it called The Chictionary.
It's cool. You can do it.
That's all my personal site, gethash.com or gethash.ca.
That's coming from Twisted Magic. Just pay no attention.
I don't know. I'd write it down in 5 or 10 years.
I'm
It'll
pretty
be an
bad at
awesome
names,
idea.
So Hat Maven wants to know what your content is all about. So let's just
Well, we
dive
sort
into
of
that.
cater to the prosumer, pro audio. deer in the
Okay,
headlights.
so we had a little technical difficulty there with the SD card in the digital recorder running out
right.
of room.
Beautiful.
Bonnie saved the day with a.
No, I just happen to have a 2 gigabyte card
Just,
hanging around.
You know,
Ooh.
you know
Always carry an SD card. That's
who's
the
the geek
lesson.
in the room who has the extra
The
SD
queen
card.
of geek brings out the SD card.
Bonnie,
So there you go.
Bonnie,
Okay.
Bonnie.
So you know what? If you went to a trade show with a bunch of geeks, always carry a 2, 4, 6, or 8 gigabyte or 3,
Oh,
4.
I thought you were going to say, always invite Bonnie.
Chip.
Always carry 2 for.
Always bring Bonnie.
Wow, are you kidding? It's a lot cheaper just to buy the
Lots of
chips.
old
Are you nuts?
All right, so back
All
to inside home recording. You were just mentioning you weren't the original owner of the podcast.
No. It was started by a guy named Paul Garay, and it's changed hands over the last 6 years. I came in about 3 years ago as a host, and it was a 2-host format. And my co-host, unfortunately passed away back in May from complications to cancer. So I'm now the sole host, and I'm now bringing in guest hosts on sort of a revolving door kind of thing over the last 5 shows or something. But in terms of the content, we cater more to sort of the prosumer, pro level, home recordists, studio owners, that kind of thing, on how to record, how to mix, how to master audio, that kind of thing. All really sort of in-depth kind of.
So
deep kind of
basically,
topic.
anybody here at the Bunker Show could be on the show. Easy, right? You know, it's
Exactly.
like, I talk about cars.
You lost
There's
me
just they're great audio in cars, but you know,
Lost
there's
me
not
at
about buying a
master.
good car. But all right, sorry for hijacking that.
So
but I'm just
there's a
gonna-
lot of musicians and whatnot that would be interested in the.
Yeah,
Yeah.
musicians, voiceovers, all that kind of stuff. Yeah.
Now I met you at the Night and Day. No, not Night and Day. The one on Hastings.
Vancouver home recordists. or something,
yeah,
meetup,
something. Yeah. What's the restaurant called?
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, I know it's a great restaurant too. Oh well, out of luck.
Camilla really loved that.
Yeah, well, you know what? It was a great meeting. It was some weird, quirky people.
Yeah.
Not us. We were totally like the straightest guys there.
Audio guys
They
were
We're the
just
cool kids in
nuts.
the corner,
Oh
right?
man,
Yeah.
was the guy that was like super hi-fi, and you gotta get these speakers, man. And you sell them on this place, and they're like $2,600 for a set of speakers, and there's a whole website full of. I mean, he was excited about spending huge money on speakers.
Yeah.
Crazy.
It's a nice
audiophile.
problem to have.
Yeah, it's true. It's true. Yeah.
He probably lives at home with his parents.
Yeah. See, you seem like a kind of a single type of guy. You know.
So we have one of our new guests
What
here.
does that even mean? Come on, Bob. What the hell does a single type of guy kind of mean? Yeah, stop.
All the single guys
and with
have
that
suddenly got
whole
a
announcement.
bug on their
I'm not
butt.
a single
That's
guy,
all
but
right.
I'm just wondering why Dave especially looks like a single type of guy.
Can't get away with that.
Like, sure, he's got a really nice haircut and
I wasn't saying
he's well dressed. But why do
He's
I
a
look-
slick dude. You know, he's a good
Yeah, he's
catch.
himself. He's
He would be
authentic.
a good catch. Yes.
Maybe it's the
Yeah.
tattoo.
Oh no!
No,
dude.
not spelt right. I had somebody
I
check.
bet you. I
I
bet you
did a
if
quick
Bob was a
Google
woman,
picture.
he'd totally pick up Dave.
It's my hair.
Being a woman
All right,
doesn't
let's,
really matter. He's heated.
All right, man. This is turning out to be a major digression show.
Best
I
show
mean, we
ever.
weren't even talking reality there. It's amazing.
I think there's a reason for that, though.
Yeah, it's all the beer.
Anyways, we've got a
Beer.
guy here who
It's that black beer, man.
we got
Satomi's next.
who has some questions about podcasting.
Come on, Satomi, you don't have a question? No.
Pat Maven almost took out the other guest with the microphone.
I know. I'm just like not giving him a chance to answer the question. Ask the question.
All right, that's enough out of you, Bob.
Thank you. Take me down. Yes, about time. That's all I gotta say. Jeez, that guy. Anyways.
Yes, I'm the guest and I'm being rude already. Sorry about that.
You'll fit right in.
Yeah.
You are welcome back already.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, actually, I'm just trying to figure out if I should get into podcasting, and just wanted to understand what the basic setup would be. Nothing massive equipment I'm seeing here, just like, a headset, a microphone. What do I need?
No, this is nothing, man.
That's more than what I would like. So something really, really basic for podcasting.
Okay, 2 words. Skype headset.
Digital recorder.
No, Skype headset's cheaper and easier.
Yeah. Those are gross.
What? The
Well,
Skype headset?
Digital recorders.
You get what you pay for. I didn't say it was you're going to look sexy. I just
Actually,
said,
Dave,
boom.
Bob is totally right about that. You do get what you pay for in a digital recorder or anything like that. So
Well, there's gaming headphones are like $300, $400, right?
are they good for podcasting?
No,
Who
you
knows?
don't
But you
need
can
to-
do sound effects and stuff.
You
It might
wouldn't
be really
spend.
cool. Choo-choo-choo-choo.
You wouldn't for podcasting. You wouldn't spend $300 on a headset.
No, you spend $1,500 on a bunch of mics and a mixing board.
So if you had a headset and an actual mic, like say you have a Mac or something like that, right?
Well, like a Mac computer or a Mac amp
yeah,
system.
Mac computer. Would you
okay.
just need a headset to plug into the audio and
All,
then just
all you would
record off
need
that, or-
there's a whole bunch of different ways you can do it. You can just get a headset with a boom mic, and you can record using a USB interface directly. Well, actually, no, you wouldn't even need a USB interface. You would record directly into your computer.
Yep.
Yeah, and it's better to get a USB mic than an analog mic. And a lot of people use the snowball mic. We had a couple episodes ago. We had Shane Gibson.
Oh,
on.
I did a special report today. She used a
The
snowball mic. In fact, yeah, I said we took the piss out of it in a couple shows. But
Yeah.
So would you go to Tom Lee to get that sort of stuff, or where would you go?
You can go to London Drugs.
I
you
wouldn't
can
go to
Future
Tom
Shop,
Lee.
You can go.
But where,
Long
if you
McQuaid.
want to
Long
save a
McQuaid.
ton of money, Andrew, where do you do? What do you do?
You
You
can
know
order
what to
it
do.
through musiciansfriend.com.
Absolutely, the most amazing place in the United States. Crazy. You get. Listen to this.
But
This is
actually,
equipment we're using. You get a stand, you get a cable, and you get a mic. You don't get the little foam thing on it. $25. So I'll buy it for $25. In Canada, it costs $5 for the foam thingy. Oh yeah, stuff's overpriced here.
Do you have lots
So,
of
yeah.
foam thingies, Dave?
I've got a couple, yes.
Yeah, different colors, the reds. And
So
stuff.
the mic, the stand,
Depends.
and the cable for $25.
Yeah.
Yeah,
and
but no
actually,
foam thingy, and that's the
the cable.
and the clamp.
They don't throw in
doesn't
the
come-
cable.
doesn't
They don't
come-
throw in the foam cable for $25.
No, but you know,
and or the clamp. So you got
one of
that's
my
like
cables
$5-6
failed.
for a clamp.
and I went to
Seriously?
Long and McQuaid and I bought a new cable, and the cable was
24
$25.
Yep.
So
It's crazy. I mean, of course, I've taken these apart, and they're not the most
Yeah.
amazing pieces of cable.
They're not
I mean,
the
it's
highest
like
quality cable.
4 or 5 strands of copper in the middle,
Yeah.
if you're lucky. But
Yeah.
it still works. Gets the job done for podcast level stuff, I would think.
So,
Yeah.
so you were saying, what program would you use then, Andrew? With
okay,
podcasting like
so you the other thing, if you want to get a little bit of a better microphone, you could go with the Snowball, but it's a condenser mic. If you want to record directly into a computer, I would go with the Rode Podcaster.
Yeah, but you can use a condenser mic. You just set it on a stool, and you sit down in a chair, so it's about close to you, but it'll still pick up wind. And then do that in a closet, and it'll sound fantastic, like you're in a
with
studio.
clothes actually hanging
clothes,
in
yes.
the,
Yeah,
with
you gotta have the
clothes.
clothes. It's gotta be completely full of stuff.
Yeah.
You get awesome studio sound. I mean, really, really high end, real tight stuff. But it's kind of weird doing a podcast, especially if you've got 2 or 3 people in the same room. It's like, no, we can all get in the closet here. In fact, that would be a pretty funny podcast, the closet podcast. Yeah, we're going inside the closet for this.
Trapped in the
Nobody's
closet.
going to find out about this podcast.
So what are your thoughts on condenser versus dynamic?
I would really go with a dynamic in that it rejects a lot of the sound around you. You're able to get. You don't really need that phantom power that you need for a condenser mic, which would necessitate you to have a mixer with phantom power and be able to send that 48 volts down the.
Dude, I'm just going to jump right in here yet again. Phantom power. Is it like some sort
was
of
a tragically
spiritual
hip-
thing that they bring in?
No.
People are saying like Phantom power. That's like,
That-
some
that was
Harry
a-
Potter special effect.
Well,
That was a tragically hip album, like maybe 7 years ago. It was called 1993.
Phantom
Yeah, Phantom Power.
Wow.
No.
So they stole it from a
is the
band.
No,
Phantom
they
That's
stole
amazing.
it. They stole it from audio.
There you go.
It's the
yeah.
phantom.
No,
part of it.
dynamic mic is essentially it's basically two magnets inside each other, and you're basically generating an electrical signal down, and it gets amplified through the preamp. Phantom power, you're actually powering two capacitors. Your space between two thin slices of metal, and when the distance between those pieces of metal get, you know, compressed and decompressed, that's what generates the sound, and. The whole nature of
But it's a wide
condenser
diaphragm
mic.
a lot of times too, right?
Yeah, you can get the 1 inch or the 2 inch diaphragms, so on. But it's the whole nature of the condenser microphone is it's more sensitive to being able to pick up anything that's off axis in terms
Yeah,
of
a lot
if
of
you're
ambient
not right
stuff.
in front of the mic, it'll be able to pick up stuff from the side.
It'll be able to
back.
pick up a pin dropping on the floor.
Yeah, so if you're going to be podcasting in a noisy environment, which is usually what happens.
Yeah.
Unless you have a sound treated room.
Exactly.
And there's things you can do. If,
Yeah,
if-
you could like be in a closet.
Like you can hang you can hang moving blankets.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you guys have a good situation here where you're in a room away from the rest of the
And nobody's in the
crowd.
bar.
So
Yeah, the
everybody
crowd,
sort of takes
4 people
turns
in the
most
bar.
of the time, kind of thing.
There's more people in here than the bar.
I know. She was saying, thank God you're here. We're actually making money tonight.
Yeah, so this kind of situation, you could actually get away with a condenser mic, and you could probably pick up.
Yeah, but you pick up
everything
that. Can you hear that?
Yeah, you can
hum
hear it.
of the.
Yeah. But
What's
fridge.
the
it's
difference
probably
in
not going
cost,
to-
though?
fridge.
Why one over the other? What's the difference in cost?
No, it's not to do with cost. It's about functionality.
Well, you can get a
dynamic
you can
mics
get
are
a
usually
cheap
cheaper.
you can get a cheap dynamic mic. You can get a very expensive dynamic mic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you can get a cheap
what are
condenser
we
mic, and
talking
you can
about
get a
difference-wise?
$20,000 condenser.
Well,
You
dynamic
are a
mics can go
shotgun
from like
mic.
$25 to like $500. Condensers can usually go from 50 to you can go out and spend up to $10,000 on a
Yeah,
condenser
exactly.
mic.
What if you wanted a shotgun mic?
No, that's usually a condenser.
Yeah. And usually for bank
Oh, really?
jobs.
Yeah.
$10,000.
Well, no, but a shotgun mic is directional, right? So then,
Well, they're all directional. It's just the way that they've.
Yeah,
those
the
things,
wavelength
They're long.
works.
They actually have a lot more ports. It's all about phase
Oh.
coherence in terms of the direction of the
Whoa.
sound and stuff.
Okay, so
Wow.
Phase
back to
coherence.
your question.
I said we got into
Wait, can we
sci-fi
do
mode
some-
here.
So is there a point where the environment in which you're podcasting starts to dictate when you should start spending more money?
I think when as
good
you're
point.
the thing I always talk about on my podcast is if you want to get into it and start making mistakes, start having fun with it, and
Yeah,
all
for
that sort of
sure.
stuff. As you go along, you'll start learning and start being a little bit more discerning about your sound. And the biggest thing that you can do
It's
to
a-
improve your sound,
It's a disease, isn't it?
It is. It
Yeah.
really is a disease.
No,
But
it's
the
an
biggest thing-
addiction. Sorry, because there's no cure. It's
It is.
psychosomatic.
People will always want to buy more gear and buy better gear to improve their sound. But the biggest thing you can do is actually go into or treat your room in such a way that it absorbs sound, it diffuses sound, that sort of thing to get a studio kind
So,
of
like
environment.
a bookshelf with lots of books would help.
Yeah.
can I throw down on this for a second?
Yeah.
Isn't there like an acronym or something that most film audio guys use for like heating, ventilation,
HVAC.
HVAC,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
So that's to like kind of condition your room, is you follow those principles and then. No, it's really important to know. Like you have no idea on how much a hum an actual radiation unit can actually make, right? Like
Yeah. Well, okay. There's a couple things you can do for that if you get into the gear. Like you were mentioning, are we going to get the big rack with the condensers and the limiter gates and all that?
Yeah.
And I think you can get the Behringer 4600 MX 4600. Is that?
I'm not really familiar with that.
And
one.
it's a compressor limiter gate, which you can set the threshold for the audio that comes in.
Yeah.
So if you've got a hum that's coming in at a certain frequency, you can completely eliminate that just by setting it just at that level, and then anything below that is not going to even come in.
Oh, you're talking about more of
A gate.
high shelf EQ, rather than a gate. A gate's actually going to shut down when there's a signal not coming through.
No, yeah, that's true, because if there is a little bit of a hum, it's going to come through when you're speaking,
Exactly,
but when you're not speaking, you're going to have dead air.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Hey, Anna, didn't you get some devices? That's what you were talking about just now?
No. What I ordered was a ground loop isolator.
Yeah, those things. Yeah.
Which gets rid of.
Do you think that's a scam, or do you think it works?
No, it works. Like some mixers have a little bit of a hum from the electricity, or
I would say all of them do. But you know what the killer is? It's the computer.
Some have more than others.
Computers all have a hum. Way louder than my board.
It's probably the connection of any device going from your DMARC or whatever this is into the computer. That actual connection, that metal connection, is probably where the problem is.
Well, definitely. I think computers aren't designed for high audio output. I mean, if they Max, you put out one with the.
But we're not recording into
fiber
computer.
optic, right? Have a nice fiber optic, and then you buy the iFiber. You click it in, it does it all.
If you had that,
plug that right
even
in.
if you had gold,
Nice.
even if you have gold RCA jacks, that would probably help too.
Do you think so? Do you think gold's a better conductor? I mean,
No,
it's like the thickness
actually
of the
pretty good.
cable.
Well,
and
the thing about gold is it doesn't corrode. That's the whole thing. It's like the third best conductor, but the thing is that it doesn't
more of a long-term
corrode,
thing,
so
right?
it doesn't have anything to
degrade
mix up that connection. Yeah.
So the question was a basic setup to start podcasting.
So what is the basic setup cost?
To get back to
basic setup, you can get when I first started, I got a one of those little basic $15 microphones, and it sounded horrible. Then I bought a headset, like a gaming kind of like a gaming headset for, I think I paid $49.99 for it, and it worked fine. But then, just like Dave said, you start listening, and you listen to other podcasts, and you start hearing the little hums and you always want to improve your audio. So then, got a mixer, and I was originally going to get the Blue Snowball. That's the one I wanted, but then when I did some research and found out it was a condenser mic, and I went with dynamic. But if you don't want to go with the mixer, and you just want to record directly into a computer, and you have a little bit of a budget, you can get the Rode Procaster, or not the Procaster, the Podcaster. It's a USB mic. It plugs right into the USB.
It was like $300.
You record into Audacity. It's $200, $229.
Yeah, okay.
$229. It's the same price as the Rode Procaster, which is a XLR dynamic wide diaphragm mic.
Okay.
Are you familiar with those mics, or?
Yeah. No, I would say anything like Rode is definitely a really good mic. Anything from Shure is gonna definitely.
Yep, Bob's on the Shure SM58 Beta.
Yeah,
those are killer.
Killer mics.
You know what I love about those mics? The coolness of their YouTube videos. Hey, we're gonna take some Shure 58s and smash some nails into a 2x4 with it while they're plugged in to see if it damages the mic.
Well, Shure,
smash.
The SM58 is the mic that Bono from U2 exclusively uses. He went into, I forget whether some compilation CD that was put together, and everybody used these Neumann, expensive $3,000, $5,000 mics. He brought in his Shure SM58, $120 mic, and that's what he sang into, and that's how he gets his sound. They're a great mic.
Yeah,
great mic.
So there's that, and if you did want to later get into some more like a mixer and whatnot, to be able to do a mix minus and do other things that you can't do just recording directly into a computer, you can get into a basic mixing board for like $50.
Yeah.
$50, and you can get a mic with a stand and everything for $25. So you're in for $75. You may need if you're recording into a computer, you would need if your mixer is not a USB mixer, you'd need an audio interface to get into the computer, USB audio interface, which is $30.
Yeah, anything like M Audio or Behringer, those kinds of things, sort of more the prosumer, lower level kind of stuff, definitely will get you by.
Yeah. Oh, definitely. Until you get picky.
Yeah.
Then you just go to Craigslist and get some new stuff.
And that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So.
Can I throw in another content question?
Absolutely.
Yeah. And it's about podcasting. And how does a podcaster know how long to make his podcast?
Okay, that's
we've answered that a couple times, but it's always a good question to throw out there. Dude, what's your opinion?
Well, I think from Twit standpoint, that's definitely way over like 2 hours.
What, This Week in Tech?
Jeez, yeah.
Well, I don't know. I listened to 3 of their shows.
They're under 2 hours, but I.
Yeah.
Well, there's 3 of them.
That's a long haul.
Mine hits up to about an hour at this point, and it's really depends on your audience. Really, if you're going after sort of a comedy audience, something that's more of a very short attention span, 5-10 minutes. That's what you want. Bunker Project, you're after a very niche audience. You're going to, even if they don't get through the show, they're probably going to pick it up later on if they're listening in their car.
It's kind of culty.
Yeah. So if you're in a clique kind of audience or a niche kind of audience where Bunker Project or my podcast, they're probably going to want to be invested in the show and listen to it. So it really depends on the subject matter and what your audience is.
Well, it's the content you provide. At the end of the day, you can have the best mic, and if your content sucks, who cares about the mic?
Well, a lot of podcasters who podcast about podcasting always say your show should be 40 minutes because that's the average commute, right? And people listen in the car. And we interviewed Alan Middleton from he was an associate professor at Ohio University, who did a study on podcasting.
Right.
And so Bob and I.
That was a great show. Yeah.
You listened to that one, yeah. So he wanted to find out if that was true, and so he did a survey and found out that the median podcast is actually around 44. The median preferred listening length of a podcast is about 44. I believe it was 44 minutes.
Yeah, it was something to do with commutes and stuff. I mean, it's based on like how long do you exercise?
Well, no, that's a little bit of a difficult metric too, because the commute can be broken up.
No, that's what I'm saying. There's lots of things that take. There's lots of things that take 40 minutes. There's lots of things that take 10 or 15 minutes.
But he was saying that I don't listen to podcasts necessarily in my commute. I listen to them at home, and I listen to them when I'm on the exercise bike or whatever. So is it really true that it should be 40 minutes? There isn't really a correct answer. And you're right, it depends on your audience, and it depends on your content.
How much weight you want to lose, right? I mean, I would go for an hour, 2-hour podcast if I want to lose a lot of weight. And like if you want to drop like 30, 40 pounds in a month, every day you listen to a podcast and run on a treadmill. Guaranteed you lose some weight.
Oh, yeah, This Week in Tech listeners are in really good shape.
Bob, even less than 30 minutes with you on the mic, I'm just shaking. I've never been so late.
Well, the whole beauty of the podcast is that you can pick it up. You don't have to listen to it all the way through. Well, take an extreme example. I don't know if anybody listens to Dan Carlin's Hardcore History.
No, not even close.
Wait, is it like a music show?
No. This guy who basically...
Is it about Elvis?
He does a narrative about history subjects, and he usually...
I've heard of this show. It's supposed to be really, really good.
It's fantastic. And the last one, in terms of the fall of the Roman Empire, was he did about 6 segment series. In the last segment, he basically said, "Oh, screw it, I want to finish this," and he made a 5-hour podcast.
Well done.
And I listened to the whole thing through over like about a week.
Wow.
But it was
it's like an
I
audio
picked
book.
it up after exactly.
It's like an awesome audio book. Awesome.
Yeah, well, that's the whole thing about podcasts is you don't have to be in one place at one time to listen to the whole thing.
I've actually been noticing a lot on the stats for the site about like multiple people coming and listening in chunks, I guess, over a certain amount of time, at least on Uncensored Social Underground.
If you throw yourself out there long enough, people are going to pick you up. You mentioned that
up,
earlier. People pick it up. It's like you've done 30, 40, 50, 60, 80, 90 shows, 400 or 500 shows. And people just stumble across you. And it's like, holy cow, this guy's like 150 shows? And this show's really cool. I wonder what his first show was like. It goes all the way back. Usually you hate it. And you jump forward 50 shows and you go like, all right, now they got their stream. Then,
Yeah, I can't understand people who pick it up and they listen religiously from show 1 up until 90. It's like, I'm on show 50 right now. I'm catching up.
Well, I wouldn't do it.
I've done that for a few shows.
Really?
Really?
Yeah.
Well,
the
podcast Answer Man, that's the only guy I've done it for.
That
the only guy.
I listen to a lot of podcasts in any time I have any downtime, which is usually the summer.
Exactly. Here on the coast.
I've got comedy shows. I listen to What the F.
I know that one. I don't like him.
Sometimes
doesn't
it
work for me.
rolls on well over an hour, but he does interviews.
Hang on, I started listening. I've got my Android phone.
Okay, you're trumping with an Android phone.
Paired to
hey, hang on, I got an Android
speakerphone at work, And I listen to This Week in Tech because it's relevant, or This Week in Google.
All his coworkers love him.
That's well over an hour
to what we do, right? Yeah. But I have also the WTF podcast in there, and my pod.
Oh no.
Podcast.
Leo Laporte.
No, the
podcast answer man.
The app that we have.
Shuffle.
Oh yeah, Pocket Catcher.
Pocket Casts. Pocket Cast goes to the next podcast. So I have this Week in Tech cranked, and it's over, and then suddenly this guy's like, so
that's two today.
I gotta take that out.
It's like the 24 minutes.
Yeah, but I have to add two together, so it's
oh my
not.
god,
so
it's
I'll
gonna be
just
awesome. Ouch, that's gotta hurt.
So then, there's customers in the store, and suddenly I'm like, I have to turn it off.
I got a good story like that about like work CDs and stuff.
Oh yeah.
I had Monty Python on one time when I was during Christmas at Future Shop working in the home audio section.
Nice.
And it was the your famous sketch of the usages of the word F.
Oh.
Yeah, that's an awesome. Awesome
but
one.
maybe not
not
really
at
loud in
Future
Future
Shop
Shop during Christmas.
No.
Nice.
But
nicely done.
But
Good
the
brand
thing is,
building.
rap music would always sell speakers.
Yeah, because they get the big.
Yeah, the most bass. So make sure you've got a low.
Because they're buying for
baritone
teenagers,
voice.
so that's all they hear. It's like, oh my gosh,
When
he's
you're
got the
talking
boom, boom,
in the
boom.
mic, make sure you're really low.
Well, the point is that I listen to many podcasts and they range in time, and I probably agree with the 40-minute. If I'm listening to a podcast and I'm interested in it, I might listen all the way through. If it goes over an hour, I'm getting a little upset. If it goes 2 hours, I'm going, what the hell am I doing?
Yeah,
But,
exactly.
And it's always broken up, though. I always have them queued up, and whenever I'm walking or driving or whatever, I'm picking up. But it ranges in time.
Yeah.
Whether it's comedy or tech, and Mac OS Ken is usually, 15, 20 minutes?
Yeah, but Leo Laporte can get away with it, though. He can get away with it. You know why?
Why?
Because half of it is ads.
No, they talk about it's not all ads, but
he does fill
they
probably
do
about 15
discussion
minutes.
ads. Well, they do discussion ads.
15
It's
minutes
like
every 20
and here's
minutes.
our new sponsor, and then they talk
do
about
the
the
whole thing,
sponsor, like
probably.
very candidly. It's awesome.
This hour has 22 minutes.
Well, there you go.
That's right. But
Oh, yeah,
what I
it
wanted
does.
to ask is actually one of our guests is there a way to hypnotize somebody to listen for longer than 30 minutes?
Oh, well done. Yeah, before listening to the show, listen to our special
Hat
guest.
Maven, which episode did you first find the?
Hang on. You're gonna jump right in there and tell us about the
actually
hypnotism.
You can
Really?
like a midway. For example, you can just sort of sometimes when you change the tone of the voice, so you can get people's attention again.
So what
And
tone
you
should we
can
use?
For example, you can do a little bit like, okay, let's do 2-minute visualization. So you can bring the listener to, use the voice, like now kind of start to relax your shoulders.
Well, I'm relaxed already.
Your arms. And then...
Wow, she's good. Did you see that? It was like she had me in her grips. It was amazing. Boom, she wasn't even trying.
So we've gone more than half an hour now. So if everyone listening can please relax your shoulders.
yeah, it's like
you can bring. You can bring. Okay, are you in?
Well,
you can bring the listener to, like, for example, a waterfall to refresh themselves.
So I can play some sound effects of the waterfall.
I mean, you can fake it too. Have your mic set up your big.
You're at the beach. It's a sunny day. The wind
Oh,
is
hang
in
on. We
your
got somebody
hair.
wants to jump in here with a question.
I have something to say.
All
Listen
right.
to Dead TV.
Really?
Anton Newcomb goes on for like 6 hours. He's got regular groupies that tune in all the time. They tweet
He does
each
6-hour
other.
sessions?
It's on, yeah.
And what does he talk about for 6 hours? man?
Music and
Wow.
lots of irrelevant stuff.
Perfect, just
Don't-
like us. Yeah.
Anton, don't hear that. But he plays fantastic music.
Nice.
And it's really great to
So
have
he's-
access to a great musician.
All right, so send us a link. We'll put that in the
It's
show
on
notes. It'd be
Ustream.
awesome. Okay.
Ustream.
Ustream's awesome. Some very
Dead
eclectic
TV.
stuff.
Dead
So-
TV.
Dead TV.
Pat Maven, I wanted to ask you what episode did you find the Bunker Show on?
Oh, good question.
I came in around 10, and then I went back to 1, and I caught up.
So you did go back.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
By the time I was current, I was so annoyed with Bob's name.
So you were the guy that Facebooked me. It finally comes out.
Why I was still listening.
Do you have an alias? You have an alias?
No, that wasn't me. But I heard when he came in, and I thought, was that me?
Who's that guy?
It wasn't me.
No, I don't think you were annoyed about that. You were annoyed about all the WordPress and Wix.
We just trashed him.
No, it was Bob. I was
WordPress.
WordPress.
I think one of the episodes he came back to talk to me about something I said.
Yeah, he Twisted Magic did make that disparaging comment about leaving out the over 40-year-olds about being stoned on your couch playing Modern Warfare, and I said, so am I, but he totally shited me on that one.
Oh, yeah, you got shafted big time.
All I gotta say is my kill to death ratio is so much better now the kids have gone back to school.
Oh, yeah.
So
Well, I bet you
thank
probably
teachers.
Well, you're probably getting better bandwidth during the day.
Way
really.
better bandwidth.
I mean,
you have no idea.
You know,
Yeah, but if they go on strike, then you're SOL again.
Yeah, whatever.
well, you could help the.
I would
I'm
love
not
to
gonna go
become
there.
a
I'm not gonna
teacher,
go there.
but it's one of those things I don't know what I'd be relevant at teaching at.
Gaming.
Yeah. So we're gonna teach you how to beat the boss on level 6 of Angry Birds.
Hey, you could do it. You could do it.
You
Absolutely.
have no idea how much money you just made.
Exactly.
Are you serious?
That would be
that's
awesome.
huge.
Okay, and then you could double it. You could say, okay, if you guys get all your assignments done on Friday, we're having Twisted Magic come in for an hour and a half.
Ooh.
So don't blow it, kids. You
That's
got
not a bad
4
idea,
days.
So I'll contract myself out to the public
Then you
schools.
could come in and say, okay, well, the first time all the kids that do it, we're going to a private room, and they come back, oh my God, he taught us how to do and then, it'd be awesome, man. Both those kids would be motivated. Probably get arrested for doing something like that here in Canada.
Well, there are some services that allow you to teach online. I don't know.
Yeah, I know, but,
Does anybody do
Ouch.
that? Anybody here? Bonnie, have you ever taught any online services? You never tried that?
Just like Ustream, one-to-one.
Yeah.
Yep.
Why do you use Skype?
I don't like Skype.
Oh, you don't like Skype? Why not? Come on, is it
I-
a personal thing? You
It
went
is.
out for a
It's like a
date and it
personal
was
thing.
rude to you or something?
I find Ustream is easier.
Would you ever do
now,
a
now it
Ustream?
would
Ian?
be, sorry, again? No, now I'd use Google Plus.
Google Plus.
The Hangouts. Okay.
Yeah.
It's the new Shangri-La.
It is indeed.
Well, there is some guy named Tom Rolfson. He is looking for every person that is doing a teaching kind of thing on Google Plus and publishing those results. So
I teach it all the time.
the guy that actually came on our show, Mohammed Mansour, has been doing crazy work with Google Plus as well.
Well, we should get him on the show. Special report. Give me his name. We'll call him up and get him on the show.
He was on the show like maybe 4 shows ago.
Yeah, for 20 minutes.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, don't you remember him?
No,
he's
that never happened. You
ended
guys
up
are
making-
hallucinating.
He ended up making
That never happened, did it?
It totally did. It was.
I don't listen
For
to
all
my
you
podcast,
future
for
guests,
God's
don't-
sake. I can
don't
barely
deal
make it
with
through
Bob
one
like
show.
Dude, all
Never
you
listen to
future guests,
myself.
Call Andrew directly.
Exactly. Maybe
what
that's why
else?
nobody calls us.
So what else are we going to
Maybe
talk about
Bob will
today?
answer. You know?
Are we going to talk about Fiverr.com, where you can get anything to do or anybody to do anything for $5?
All right. Yeah. Yeah. I think we talked about that on the show before, but yeah, we can do that again.
Fiverr.com.
That works for me.
Yeah,
Well, you
'cause
can
you
go
were
there,
confused
$5.
about it
Give me
last show.
1,000 friends on Facebook. Boom, there you
Yeah.
go. Is
Yeah,
that
it
is that
worked,
$5?
yeah.
1,000? Of course, they are
Build
not
me
your
a logo.
friends, but you know,
Build me a logo, $5.
$5. There you go.
And
you
we
know?
were looking
It's
tonight.
a dot with an H in it.
And for $5, this woman will put anything on her boob for $5.
Yeah,
and
I've
take a picture of it.
Yeah.
I do that for free.
There's a bunch of people. There's a bunch of people doing that. You know.
Why do you have to pay $5 for that? You just
Hey,
like
you could be
text
making
me.
money.
Yeah, you can, hey,
and
if
move
you
out
don't
of
know
the
what you're doing,
parents'
you could.
basement.
It
If you're not
reminds-
careful, you pay $75 for that. If it becomes a
reminds me
habit,
of that
you know.
guy that sold space on his forehead as an ad for a website that one time during a prize fight.
Clearly, this is powered by.
I think we're running out of energy, man.
Yeah.
It's
All right,
winding
so
down.
have you guys wound down so we can start the show up again? All right, excellent. So as we were saying, persistence. Don't let All right. Hey, all right. We totally hijacked the show, but we said we're going to talk about podcasts. Did you get your answer? No.
Yes, I did actually, and thank you very much for everybody's input.
All right, we'll be sending you a bill on Wednesday. So, yeah. Any other comments on the consumption of large amounts of alcohol and using a mic? Any techniques you might want to share with us? Or?
Have show notes.
Yeah. Oh, that's harsh because we struggled. I phoned it. Hey, Andrew, do you want to do show notes for this show? Yeah, I'm gonna get to it. Then he got busy, and I got busy. Oh, your mic's down. I got jump right in.
That's actually not what happened. Bob said, "Hey, I got a new concept. We're not going to do show notes. We're just going to have a topic." And so I didn't do the show notes, and then I thought, actually, maybe we should do show notes. And then I said I was going to do them today, and we were super busy work. Normally I have a little bit of time to do things.
Your phone system broke, didn't it?
Yeah. But it's actually working very well
work
now.
for TELUS? I thought it was something to do with TELUS.
No, it's a subsidiary.
Our phone system stopped working, and we weren't getting any calls.
You know why?
They were going straight to voicemail. So, no, it wasn't a TELUS product, actually.
There you go. That's why it crashed.
We have TELUS lines, but the phone system, TELUS doesn't do phone systems. So,
well, if they did, it wouldn't
we got a guy in, and we got a new system, and it's
aren't you
actually
a cell
awesome.
phone dealer, though?
Yes.
So isn't phones really not a problem?
Well, landline
Oh,
phones.
okay.
A landline phone system.
I had to call him on his mobile
A
phone.
PBX.
He answered his mobile phone, which is probably against company rules.
Which is
and he said, "Hey,
now
dude,
an
just
Android.
Like to let you know your phone system doesn't work."
All right, listen, I have a very important announcement, and this is very...
Coming from Kurt, it must be really important.
It's very important, and it's a realization.
Uh-oh, here we go. An epiphany.
And just
live here on the Bunker.
The last minute or two, Andrew was on Bob's mic.
And I was nasally.
And he was nasally. We've
Oh,
discovered
the secrets
source of nasal. I
it's
know
a
this.
marketing scam.
I know
Damn
this
it.
because 30 seconds into Andrew chatting on your mic, I was annoyed.
Yeah, but I was doing this.
No, you weren't.
Yes, I was.
No, you were naturally nasal.
Yes, I
Bob
was.
has been faking the nasal the whole time.
I was doing this. You just didn't know.
It's terrible.
No, it's actually the
Bob,
mic.
go snowball. Get rid of that mic.
There goes my $1,200. Gee, thanks, guys. All right, so
very funny.
definitely you can spend basically what we've learned in this podcast. You can spend a ton of money. You can spend
And still
basically
be nasally.
Yeah, you still be nasally. Very good.
And your microphone can still, actually it does sound nasally, doesn't it?
Just stop that. Stop it. I'm annoyed.
Holy
really
smokes.
annoying.
Mr. Supreme is going to be like all over this on Facebook. Holy smokes. He's going to apologize to Bob, say, man, it was the microphone.
It's nasally and awful.
So it's blamed on management? Is that what it is? They made me buy this mic.
No, I think it's an equipment question.
I don't know.
Equipment
I don't
problem.
know. Well, we can get a nasal filter.
What do you mean a nasal filter?
Oh my God! With the sound of that music, thank goodness we've finished our second illustrious show at the Bunker Project. I'm up to 4 beers, almost 5. We don't even talk about beers today. That's how crazy it's been. Holy cow! Oh, somebody just ran away.
All right, and thank you for listening, and I might have to buy a new mic for next show.
Get the nasal one, man. They're awesome.
We could be the Nasal Project. Anyway,
Yeah, I'm not doing the graphics for that, man.
I don't like sharing a mic with Bob.
Yeah, it's hey, there's a great show thing. We just fight over the mic.
Like me.
All
and
right,
Abby.
so we do have a number that you can call to ask a question or a comment
They're
or
not gonna
complaint.
call. I think we should cancel.
1-877-636-1474. Give us a call and we'll add you to the show.
We'd be very surprised, actually. Oh my God! I thought that was
That mic